Morning folks, welcome to a pretty cloudy Torrevieja after 2 days of lounging by the pool. Actually heading into town to see if I can find some chain wax because I've finally had it up to here with my chain oiler. I've got oil all over my back tyre which I've had to clean off. I have to top the bloody thing up every 5 minutes. No more! I'm going to wax it and forget about it. Motos de policía! See if we can't ride along the sea though, shall we? Oh dear, not here. Error. U-turn. Oh, I'm just making it up now. Just trying to find something interesting to see. Shut your face. Ah, the sea. Nothing like a nice piece of industrial machinery to complete the look of a beach. So we're looking for any kind of motorbike shop. I've got a rough idea where one is, although I couldn't actually find it on Street View. Still, shout if you see something. Interbike, bicicletas. Wrong kind of bike, I'm afraid. Well, there's one. It's a cruiser shop. They're mostly belt drive, aren't they? Another bike shop, but a push bike shop. Hate those things. Stay where you are. Ah, scheiße. Well, the sign did say stop. Well done, Polly. So obedient. Phaser? I guess I won't be going that way then. Alright, you just stop there then. It's a shifty side load. Curiouser and curiouser. Can't go that way. About this is bloody it. Might be worth a look. This might just do the trick. Let's find out. Well, the very helpful chap in there informed me that not only no tengo, he doesn't have any, but also no hay ninguna tiendas de motos en esta polígono, which means no motorbike shops in this shopping area. Kind of poopy. Go back to the cruiser shop, I think, see what they've got to say for themselves. Yeah, there are cruisers that use chains, aren't there? All shaft and belt. I don't know. It's not my area of expertise, I'm afraid. What I do know is I would love for my next bike to be a shaft drive. I'd love to get shafted. As it steadily warms up, my wrists are getting really hot. Because what's quite amusing, annoying, but at the same time very amusing, you can't help but find it funny, is that while I was riding here, I had my sleeves turned up just a little bit, just to get some wind into the wrists. And didn't even consider the sunshine. And then when I got to the villa, took my jacket off, and I've got rosy red, glowing, 1 bar on the electric heater style, ridiculous brake light sunburn on both of my wrists, just on a little patch there, and it really hurts. It must have been 4 or 5 hours of unprotected sun sex, and I've got a Sun STD, big style. Solar transmitted dickheadness. I hate getting sunburn. Always feel like such a plonker because it's so easy just to stick some sun cream on. And of course my neck's red as well, but we all expected that, didn't we? And then the next question is, when does the cruiser shop open? Because it looked quite shut, and a lot of other stuff seems to be shut. Is Friday the new Sunday? Who knows? I most certainly do not have a frigging clue. Ha! There it is, very, very shut. See if we can pull around and have a better look. Okay, no opportunities to turn around and have a better look. Oh my god! Oh my very god, I almost forgot. The most incredible thing happened on the first night I was here. We all went down for a walk to the beach in the dark to see the sea, to see what we could see. But the sea wasn't the only thing that we could see. While we were milling around on the seaside having an ice cream, enjoying the lovely Mediterranean breeze, a silver Ford Focus just rolled gracefully down the road, off the promenade, bounced off a couple of rocks, and then landed in the sea. And because that sounds more ridiculous than anything you could make up, here's a picture. See that? Isn't that incredible? It just rolled into the sea because the dude left his handbrake off, and it looked like something had been set up. It was crazy. The curbs around here are ridiculous. But there was a big crowd of people gathered round to see what had happened, and the hero that he is, my uncle, jumped into the sea to make sure there wasn't anyone in the car. It was completely empty. The guy had just left the handbrake off. But as the crowd gathered, this older silver-haired chap came bowling down, and he obviously assumed everybody was Spanish, because he shoulder-barged his way into the middle of the crowd, made sure he had everybody's attention, and said in the worst Spanish accent I've ever heard, "No hay ninguna en coche," which roughly means there's nobody in the car. But the best thing was that he didn't even realise that we were all English. Oh, it was hilarious. I absolutely loved it. And then the lights flashed because the guy who owned it was in such complete stunned disbelief that that was potentially his car resting peacefully in the gently lapping waves, that he had to push his key fob just to see for himself that that was his car. And then, oh, his face, that was just pure, utter, horrendous, soul-destroying disappointment. You could see that his holiday was ruined. Because I don't know how they got the car out, but they were going to have to crane it out. It dropped down a foot-high wall onto a massive rock, and then dropped off of that rock, and that rock was about 4 feet off the sand. And then it smashed into another rock in the sea and stoved the front end in. It was just ridiculous. And then this really helpful Spanish guy came along. He spoke great English. He said, I call the police. That was more Italian. Never mind. Yeah, so he said, I'll call the police. Whose car is it? And this guy kind of went, sprechen Sie Deutsch? Because he conveniently didn't speak any English or any Spanish, or just the pure shock and horror had stunned him into forgetting everything he knew. But in the end, they figured out everything. The Spanish guy got off the phone, and he was absolute classic stereotypical Spanish. He got off the phone and just said, well, called the police. They'll be here in 5, 20, 50, hour and a half, who knows? But then even more ridiculously, a police car came blaring round the corner 10 minutes later with blues and twos on, as if there'd been a murder or something. It was great scenes, great scenes. Very, very enjoyable first night in Torrevieja, although not for that chap, and my heart does go out to him. So imagine they'll have had to either hire a car or just bin the whole holiday and go home because of the cost of getting out of the sea. Who goes on holiday and has to go home and explain to people, so what do you do on your holiday? Oh, I had to get my car out of the sea. What a nightmare. Well, that's disappointing. I thought really, it's the shop, Ruta 790. And I read the sign and then thought, oh, look at that, opens at 10. I'll go and have a coffee just round the corner while I wait. But it clearly says Monday to Thursday. With today being Friday, it's not open, is it? So I'm going to have to come back on Sábado. Never mind, live and we learn. I'll go home and get in the pool. See if I can find my keys before I fully melt into a puddle on the floor. Oh, it must be easily 10 degrees hotter now than it was when I started out about half an hour ago. I am baking. Hasta mañana. Look at that, flip-flops. Even though I'm cooking, I just could not feel comfortable like that. And let's be honest, we've all done it when we've gone on holiday. You hire a scooter and you ride around in nothing but your banana hammock and a smile. Couldn't do it now. The video where I changed the handlebars when I had to ride just around the corner without anything on. It felt so naked and so wrong. Look at that. There's an English car. Citroen Zara. Couldn't think of anything worse than travelling to Spain in a Citroen Zara Picasso. No idea where I'm going. I don't think this is going to work out. I've managed to find a dead end, as ever. It'd be great if there was a bike shop down here. But why would there be? There's a bike shop back there, but it had a massive full suspension downhill bike, mountain bike. I know for a fact everything on those is a bit bigger, and if they've got one of those in the window they might well have stuff for motocross, which given the dusty environs of Spain, that could be exactly what I need. After you, love. Okay, so let's go and have a look. Right, let's try again. No go. So back to the original plan, back to the villa, get my arse in the pool. Come back into town tomorrow morning. Well, that was interesting. Some people just really don't want bikes to get past them, do they? Oh, bollards. This is a fine example of the Spanish recession. Signpost says hotel area and all the curbs are done, but no road, no buildings. Isn't it weird? In fact, it's most weird that they made the curbs first. Surely you make a building and then put stuff around it. Just had the whole complex planned out and then the money ran out. And for now, just need to do a really sketchy loose ground U-turn. Oh, thank God nobody died. You're going to take forever at that speed, mate. So many billboards. Anyone would think they're trying to sell some stuff. Because I was hoping for the sound of the dawn chorus every morning as I woke up. My early morning constitutional. But the dawn chorus has been replaced by the cacophony of racket coming from this place. They look so shit before they're finished, don't they? Makes you wonder why anyone would go to one of these places. It's like taking the bodywork off of a Ferrari and finding a Trabant underneath. But anyway, down here, in the shadow of these monstrosities, is where the car rolled into the sea. The guy parked it right here, where I'm going to stop. The key has just disappeared. Where the fuck did that go? There it is. Anyway, it's like motorbiking with Mr. Magoo. He parked here, walked over there for an ice cream, and we were sat just here. And then the car gracefully started moving, not deviating from its course, looked horribly like it was going to hit this lamppost, then took a slight curve to the left, bumped down this wall here. Amazing. But then continued down here, bumped off this rock here. Look at that. That's massive, that's higher than my waist. And all of this shit that's fallen off is because its undercarriage took it with it. You can see the scuffs, look, the black plastic. And then it continued rolling over here, smashed into that rock just there. Unbelievable. What a holiday ruiner. I imagine they had to take the car off that way. I wish I'd have seen how they did that. I imagine the Spanish way would have just been to stick a rope round it and haul it across the rocks. So there we go, that was the first night in Torrevieja, presenting for us quite spectacular drama. But for now, I need to get back and get out of these leathers. And that's that. See you on Saturday morning, perhaps. Look what he's guarding.